Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel. For today's video, I will be reading a couple of stories about entitled kids. And the stories that I will be reading today are Entitled Cousin Hit Pregnant Family Member, Entitled Kid at My Birthday, and last but not least, surprise, I fixed it, you brat. If you do like today's video, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, share, and comment down below which story was your favourite. So, without further ado, let's get into the first story. This was a few years ago at my entitled cousin's house. She was probably around 17 at the time. We'll just call her Barbie since she fits the title. Let's just say Barbie was a choice character. And when I say character, I mean horrible person. Her mum and dad, my aunt and uncle, had always given her whatever she wanted and let her behave horribly. She was always the centre of attention and hated if it wasn't on her at all times. So, back to the story. We're at my aunt and uncle's house due to the family reunion we have every year. Everyone who lived around the area showed up, so around 30 or so people were there. All my aunts and my mother go outside to smoke and I come along. They tell my aunt to stop letting Barbie act however she wants and to stop disrespecting them and their children. Aunt has a baby fit and basically says, like your kids are any better? Yours is pregnant, so you can't talk. She's talking about my other cousin, Rowdy, who was 5 months pregnant at the time. Everyone starts yelling, and by the way, the only reason Rowdy got pregnant was because her birth control didn't work like it was supposed to. Rowdy and Barbie come outside once they hear the commotion and start arguing with each other. It's all the typical teenage girls calling each other names and such. It basically goes down like this. Rowdy: how can you judge me when all you do is sleep with guys and get hammered while your mother just lets you? Barbie: and so what? At least I'm not going to be a really bad single mum. At least not everyone in the town know what I look like naked. This had really gotten out of hand and no one was actually stepping in to stop them. They were just watching it all go down. Barbie's face goes red when Rowdy shouts this, because a few weeks before, one of Barbie's friends found out that she had slept with her boyfriend. In retaliation, she printed her nudes off and taped them to all the stop signs in town. Barbie gets mad and starts swinging. I don't remember the details about the fight all that well, but the baby did come out perfectly healthy. Rowdy's brothers pull Barbie away from her, and by this time Barbie's crying. Rowdy's just pissed and tells her to shove off and leaves on a walk. My family's yelling at Barbie for hitting her, and her mum's trying to defend her, saying, oh, she's had a bad day. No one falls for her nonsense, and she just pulls Barbie inside. We later learned that she just gave Barbie a bottle of Fireball and some food to calm down. She still acts like this now, and she's literally 22 years old and a nurse. She talks to her mum like smack, and she just takes it. I have multiple stories about her during teen years, but I won't bore you with the specifics. Thank you so much for listening to this story. Please do let me know in the comments what you thought. Have you ever met a character quite like Barbie? Personally, I've never, thank goodness. Do let me know what you'd have done differently in this type of scenario. Personally, I think I would have probably tried to intervene to split them up earlier. But what do you think? Short backstory. I don't remember this exactly, but I know it was when I was around 5 or 6. So I got a toy truck. It was the old Joey Logano when he raced for the Home Depot. And since I was, and still am, a car kid, I kept it to myself. But a bratty kid came over to me and snatched it out of my hands. Me: hey, that's mine. Bratty kid: but I want to play with it. Remember back in years of old, where you would fight about whose turn it was to play with a toy or whatever? Yeah, this was one of them. Me. Okay. Me trying to keep this from getting out of hand. First, I'm the birthday boy. Second, your mummy got it for me. And last, it's mine. But I wanna play! The bratty kid slams the truck into the ground and it startles me. My mum comes in. Mum, what was that bang? Mum, the bratty kid threw my truck on the ground. It almost broke. Bratty kid, he took it from me when I was playing with it. Yes, he said, with. And apparently my mum was watching from the kitchen and saw the whole scenario. That's not what I saw. You took it from my birthday boy. But I want a turn. Bratty kid, you should give it back to him. It's his birthday after all. The bratty kid looks defeated. Here you go. Thanks. I'll tell you when I'm done, okay? The bratty kid lightens up. Okay! Moral of the story. Don't take other people's things. It's annoying. So, in the end, we all lived happily ever after and I had a good birthday. Please do let me know down in the comments if you did enjoy this story, and also let me know if you've ever had any dealings with any children that are quite this bratty at any birthday parties. Personally, I've never actually dealt with a kid quite this bratty before. Running late for school, Jackie rushes into the kitchen with her uniform half on and frantically looking around for her backpack and missing shoe. Barb, Mum, shouts, Jackie! Dad needs to drive his own car today. You have to take the Ford to school. The Ford was a beat-up sedan that had been passed down from sibling to sibling to sibling for well over a decade before it got to Jackie. What was once a great new car was now just barely street legal. The speedometer wavered up and down and only one window worked. It struggled to reach 50 miles per hour and the trunk would pop every 5 miles or so. What? I can't drive that thing. I had to stop 4 times on my way to school yesterday to close the stupid trunk. It's so embarrassing, Jackie yelled. She would rather die than show up to school in such a piece of rubbish. You see, Jackie was the youngest and the only one still living at home. Barb was counting down the days for Jackie to graduate and get out of the house. Sal, Jackie's dad, just wanted Barb and Jackie to stop trying to kill one another. He was trying to prepare for a job interview he had later that morning. Sal had been on dozens of interviews in the last 2 years since being laid off. After unemployment ran out, Sal took a job that he was well overqualified for and paid a fraction of his old salary. Money was tight and he was trying desperately to find something in his field again. Jackie was still attending a very expensive private high school where all of her siblings had gone to. Jackie's tuition had been arranged and set aside by her grandparents when Sal lost his job. Of course, Jackie never mentioned this or the status of her dad's unemployment to anyone. All of her friends came from wealthy families, drove brand new cars, and had mums that weren't constantly screaming. She secretly wanted what they had. She wanted the life her siblings had when they were in high school. Instead, Jackie got a job and was responsible for all her own expenses. Barb had a very strict "don't ask for money" rule. Jackie began feeling sorry for herself and complained a lot, especially about driving the Ford. Sal felt guilty about their financial situation, so he'd been allowing Jackie to drive his car, so she wouldn't have to suffer driving the Ford. For roughly 10 months, Sal drove the Ford so Jackie could maintain the facades she felt so strongly about. Occasionally she'd have to drive the Ford, which was always a temper tantrum. The morning of Sal's interview, Jackie was forced to drive the Ford and immediately called home when she arrived to school. She wanted Barb and Sal to know just how awful life was and everything was just so unfair. Wah. Sal decided he was going to run by Jackie's school once he got out of the interview. He mentioned this to Barb and then gathered up a bag of items from the garbage before leaving the house. Around lunchtime, Jackie gets a message from the office. Your dad came by and left this note for you. Jackie, I came by to fix the trunk for you. You won't have any problems with it popping open. Drive safely. Love you. Dad. When school let out, Jackie walked through the parking lot and found the Ford with several new improvements. The trunk had been tied shut with 10 or so bungee cords and several very thick layers of duct tape. The front bumper was wrapped in yellow rope. Each of the doors had been outlined in duct tape, and he had covered a black window with plastic to make it look broken. He finished it off with a red flag hanging off the back. It didn't happen right away, but Jackie did learn an extremely valuable lesson that day. Her friends thought Sal was hilarious and loved seeing Jackie's reaction. This happened 16 plus years ago, and I now have a child of my own. I hope to be even half the parent that he is. Hey there guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do let us know what you thought about this story. Did you guys think that the revenge that Jackie's dad got was justified? Or do you think that he went around it the wrong way by embarrassing her at school? Personally, I think that what the dad did was justified, kind of teaching her that lesson to be more grateful that the car was not in the shape that he then turned the car into. She should just be lucky to have a car. I don't have a car. But yeah, please do let me know what you thought, about this scenario and the situation about the dad's revenge. I look forward to reading your comments down in that comment section. As always, please do be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't let the bedbugs bite.